Hello, this is Dave Travels Through Time, and I'm at over 300 subscribers. Thank you to everyone who has subscribed to my channel. I really appreciate it. All my friends and new subscribers as well. Today, I'm going to be talking about what my favorite season of Doctor Who is, and how they are ranked. And I'd love to hear your perspective on what your favorite personal seasons are. I'm going to go from least favorite to favorites in a few minutes. If you're not subscribed, if you have not subscribed and you're going to be a new viewer,
click that button.
And you like what you see, click that subscribe button. And I always appreciate likes as well on my videos and streams. Today is Monday already. The week went by quick last week. Hope everyone is doing good. Oh my gosh, look at my hair. Look at this. Oh my god. It's crazy. All over the place on this one side. Jeez. Might have to gel it in a little bit. I'll straighten it out. Oh, hello, Paul, my friend. How are you, mate? Hope you're doing good. Just out at the moment, Dave, but hope you're okay. I'm doing pretty good. I'm at over 300 subscribers now, so I'm happy. Today I'm doing a stream about what are your favorite seasons of Doctor Who, and how would you rank them in favorite to least favorite seasons of Doctor Who? It's a little bit better. It's a little bit better now. Mm-hmm. 300 subs is great, isn't it? Yeah, I'm happy with that number. Thanks. So my personal favorite, here's my least favorite seasons. Obviously, my least favorite seasons are the last two, thanks to Chris Chibnall. It Takes You Away and all of the other episodes, and of course, The Timeless Children and all this crap. Rosa wasn't that great. Probably the first episode of that is probably the best out of the group, but I would say those seasons were my least favorite by far. Crappy writing. The music isn't that great. It's all over the place. Seikun Akinola. It's all over the place. My favorite seasons 1, 2, 10, 19, and 20. Nice. Yeah, 19 and 20 are really good too. Good seasons. And I'd say the new series, I would probably say Series 5 is one of the better ones. I really like that. The first season of Matt Smith's was pretty damn good. Of the newer stuff. And I also liked Series 3 when the Master came back of the new stuff. Thought that was pretty good. The Family Blood, those were good. When the Doctor lost his memory, he's living on Earth as a human and all this stuff. Dr. John Smith, that was interesting. And obviously the classic stuff. Season 1 with Eccleston was great too. Yeah, I would say my favorite. So I already did least favorites, haven't I? So I've done Chibnall's. Then maybe the last season of Capaldi's as well wasn't the best. And then the classic stuff, I would say 24 is a mixed bag. I love Sylvester McCoy. He's one of my faves. His first season is a mixed bag, though. It's still much better than 11 and 12 with Chibnall, though, in my opinion. Series 1, 11 and 12 with Chibnall. But it's still a bit of a mixed bag, I'll admit. It's not unwatchable, but, it's a mixed bag. Then, of course, 19 is a classic. That's one of my faves. 19 and 20 are very good. 12, of course, Tom Baker's first season is good. Season 26 is really good. Yeah, that's up there in my tops, too. New series 4 is great, yeah. Wish we could have gotten more stuff with McGann. I really liked McGann's Doctor. I thought he was pretty damn good. Wish we could have gotten more stuff with him. Unfortunately, we only get the TV movie and then the Night of the Doctor. But it's better than nothing, I guess. But we have all the Big Finish stuff with him, so. He never really got a full season. Paul McGann is a terrific actor, yeah. I feel like he'd easily be in my top 5 if he, gotten more stuff to do in live action and stuff. Easily top 5. Maybe even top 4. So anyway, favorite seasons, going back on track to that. So I'd say 19, definitely in my top 5. 20, definitely in my top 5. 12, I really liked with Genesis of the Daleks, Ark in Space, Centauran Experiment. And Revenge was okay. I feel like Revenge wasn't the best. But, it's a decent enough story that it still makes it a pretty good season. So that would still... Season 12 would be up there, too. And then 26, of course. And then what was the season that had Deadly Assassin? I really liked that season as well. What's that one called? Was that 14 or 15? Thought that one was really good. The one that had Hand of Fear, Deadly Assassin. It had Face of Evil. Those were good. Hinchcliffe was good. Hinchcliffe was a good producer. Really good. Home Again is a terrific actor, yeah. Yeah, Rollets of Death, that was another one. Talons of Wang Chang, yeah, we were kind of like Sherlock Holmes, and then there was Magnus Greel in that, and Lightfoot. Yeah, that one was good. 12, 13, and 14 are all great, yeah. Yeah, 18, I think 18 wasn't bad. The Tom Baker final season, I have that. It wasn't bad. I don't know if I'd put it ahead of 12, 13, and 14. It was the first, year that Don Nathan Turner produced it. I would say 19 is definitely ahead of it, but there are some good stories in this. I'd say it's right in the middle. Leisure Hive, I don't know how to put that one. I don't hate it. It's not like an episode I hate. It's just kind of a mixed bag story. There were some interesting ideas in it, but it's just the whole execution of it's kind of mixed. Meglos, I enjoyed parts of Meglos. It was fun to see Tom Baker playing both parts in that. And then it was cool seeing Jacqueline Lane, who played Barbara. She was in that. That was one of her last roles. Full Circle was pretty good. That was The Marksman. That was kind of interesting. Then, of course, the first episode of Adric, and then, of course, his brother Forrest dies in it, and that's when the doctor, has to take Ramon and technically back to Gallifrey because the key to time, saga was completed, looking for that. But, of course, they end up in E-Space, get stuck in E-Space. Warriors Gate is one of my favorites. Yeah, that's a really good one. State of Decay, it's pretty good, too, with the vampires. Yeah, Warriors Gate is really good. The Gundam Robot. I always remember the Gundam Robot in that one. And then the Tharals. They're an interesting group of people. Race of people. Yeah, Warriors Gate is a good one. Yeah, I'd say Warriors Gate. Keeper of Traken was quite good. State of Decay was good. Yeah, I'd say State of Decay, Warriors Gate, Keeper of Traken, and Legopolis probably are the best in the group of the season. I really like those. Yeah, the Keeper of Traken was interesting with the Milker. Then, of course, that's the first story of Nissa. Then, of course, Tremas, Anthony Ainley, before he gets taken over by the Master at the end. Yeah, good story. Then another favorite season. What am I going to go? Let's see. Yeah, so my top 5, right? I kind of ranked them so far. Obviously, least Chibnall's 11 and 12 are way down at the bottom. Then maybe series 10 of Capaldi, possibly too. Then series 9, then maybe 24. They're kind of right in the bottom and middle a little bit. Then we kind of go higher. So yeah, favorites are 19, 20, 25 and 26 I really like a lot. 12, 13, 14. They're up at the top as well. And I would put a lot of the Hartnell stuff probably towards the middle too, unfortunately, because a lot of the stories are like missing, like the Massacre and the Celestial Toy Maker. I would put those upper too if they were, if they would, exist in physical, we only get the audios, unfortunately, of like almost half of Hartnell, sadly. Then Pertwee had some good stuff. That season 10 one, like we were talking about, is really good. That was one of the better seasons for sure. 3 Doctors, Carnival Monsters, Frontier in Space, Planet of the Dogs, great story. Green Death. Yeah, that's an all-around good season. Really good. That was probably Pertwee's best season, really. In my opinion, anyway. Obviously everyone has different opinions of what their favorites are, which is cool. '21 is 22 is a mixed bag. Colin Baker's first. He's a good actor, but the season itself is a mixed bag. So I can't put that at the very top. Can't put that up towards the top. Season 21, no. Or 22, excuse me. There are a few good stories in there. Vengeance on Varos was good. Revelation, quite a good story. Revelation of the Daleks. It's kind of a take on that movie. I learned it was called Soylent Green. Certain ideas in that were taken from that. What's another good story from that? I enjoyed parts of Mark of the Ronnie. I know that's not considered, a classic, but there were some interesting ideas in that one. So yeah, those are the 3 I probably enjoyed from that season. And Trial, again, I do have the collection of it, and I'm going to watch it at some point. Here it is. Here's the collection here. I'll do a watch along of it at some point, maybe in the next 3-4 weeks. Mixed bag. I'm going to have to rewatch these again, though. I got these from the library, I remember, when they had them. And this was only like $12 on eBay, so it's a great deal. So I'll do lots along of these. It's a mixed bag season. The acting is good. I wouldn't say it's a terrible season. It's definitely not like one of the worst. It's okay. It's okay. You know, I do love the character of Valeyard. He's a very interesting character. The Inquisitor's pretty cool. And obviously, Colin Baker, the Sixth Doctor, Perry's relationship, by this point, you know, the relationship was better. You know, it wasn't the constant, you know, arguments with them as much, which was nice. See, I'm gonna do a watch along with this at some point soon. I'm kind of finishing the Davison. Unfortunately, the Resurrection of the Daleks, you know, DVD. Unfortunately, it was scratched, and unfortunately, I'm gonna have to get a new copy at some point. So, unfortunately, I'm gonna have to get rid of this. It only worked for episodes parts 1 and 2. 3 and 4 didn't work at all. They said it was in very good condition. They lied. Got it on Amazon for like $5. Yeah, really disappointing. I was right in the middle of the watch along too, trying to do parts 3 and 4, and it's a good story too. And unfortunately, it didn't work. Skipped, scratched. Yeah, right in the watch along, and I'm like, damn, shoot, it's annoying. But this is from season 21. This was Dave's last season. Season 21. Let me think of season 21. Warriors of the Deep. How do I put it with Warriors of the Deep? Warriors of the Deep. Not the best. The first part of the episode started off good. I like part 1 of it. But once after, you know, the Doctor fell and, you know, and then they think he's dead, you know, in the water. Turns out he could swim and he's fine. But you know, after that, it just kind of goes off the rails, you know, the Merca, and then kind of the Doctor's actions where he's slow kind of to deal with stuff. It's not like completely unwatchable. There are, you know, if it was like part 1, I feel like the story could have been quite good, but just kind of went off the rails. So that one, after the 5 Doctors, unfortunately, it's a bit of a disappointment, especially if you watch right after the 5 Doctors, you watch that. It's just a decline in the quality and the writing and stuff. So, fortunately, the episode after is a bit better. The Awakening isn't a bad story. It's a short story, but it's good. The Malice was an interesting, you know, creation. So 21 wasn't bad. I feel like there were stories in there that weren't bad. There was a couple stories in there that were quite good. I enjoyed Resurrection. Frontiers wasn't bad. The story before the Tractators weren't interesting, you know, alien race. So, yeah. Then, of course, Resurrection. Quite good story. I enjoyed that one. Quite a good story. A lot of deaths in that one. In fact, there was a lot of deaths just in that whole season if you counted Warriors, Resurrection, Case of Androzani. Most deaths probably in a whole season of Doctor Who. So it's quite a gruesome season when you think about it, with the amount of deaths in that season. Kurt's birthday. Okay. Birthday. Kurt. Yeah, so just quite a gruesome season, that one. I also plan on doing another improv practice stream at some point soon. Maybe I'll do that in the next couple weeks. I want to do that again. I had fun doing that improv stream, so I'll definitely do another one. And then tomorrow I'm going to be doing the next generation watch along. It's going to be called Conspiracy. It's a season 1 episode. Yeah, it's it's an interesting one. So I'm kind of curious to see how it holds up. Yeah, 20 was a great season, though. It had, going back to season 20 now, it was good. Arc of Infinity was all right. Definitely wasn't as bad as Warriors overall. It holds up better. The Return of Omega, and then the whole antimatter, and then yeah. So and the Maxwell was interesting. Colin Baker's character in that. Oh my gosh, that bird creature, the Aragon, was something else. And then Snake Dance was interesting. It had the Mara back. Tegan being possessed by the Mara. I think it was a good one. I don't know if it was as good as Kinda, but it was still pretty good. And then of course Modron, you get the return of the Brigadier, and then of course the Black Guardian returns. And sends Turl sent out to kill the Doctor. In those 3 stories, which was interesting. And then Modron was kind of an interesting one, interesting character. And that actor, David Collins, was originally, going to be a potential choice for the Doctor at one point to play the Doctor, and he does play a Unbound Doctor in Big Finish. I found out. And of course, Terminus is, the final story of Nyssa. Wish she could have stayed longer, but oh well. And then, of course, there's Enlightenment, very good story. Then you get to see the White Guardian. The Eternals are an interesting bit of characters. And then, of course, you get the Black Guardian and the White Guardian against each other. And then Turl is freed from the Black Guardian. So he's not, he's not going to try and kill the Doctor anymore. So, yep. And then King's Demons was an entertaining little short story with the Master again. Anthony Ainley comes back, and then we get the first appearance Chameleon. Unfortunately, Chameleon wasn't in very many stories. He was very difficult to operate, and one of the operators, the main operator that could control him, died. So he was only featured in one more story, Planet of Fire, which was in season 21. So yeah, you don't get to see Chameleon very much. Very short-lived companion. Then, of course, we get the great 5 Doctors story, brilliant anniversary story. It's a great one. You can't go wrong with the 5 Doctors. You get to see Rassilon in it, which is pretty cool. The spirit of Rassilon in it as a head, basically. at the end. And then, of course, it's nice to see Patrick Troughton, the second Doctor, back, John Pertwee back as the third Doctor. And then Richard Hurnell does a great job of stepping in as the first Doctor because William Hurnell already passed away. And yeah, and I do like the twist that it's not the Master at the end, being behind it all. It's Borusa. So that, good twist. Interesting twist to it. Yeah.
You done?
No, I'm still talking a little bit.
Oh.
Other season is good. Let me think. 11. What was that? Pertwee's last season. There were stories in there that were good. I don't know if I put that one at the top. I'd say in the middle. Time Warrior was a good story. It was, first appearance of Sarah Jane. Obviously, Joe Grant had left at that point, and after the Green Death, interesting. She makes for she was a bit more of a hardcore feminist at that point. Her character, and then of course lightens up, in Tom Baker's era. But yeah, I mean, she's a good character. Lynx, was an interesting. I do like the conception of the Sontarans. That was the first Sontaran story, and that's set in the Middle Ages. And then Iron Girl was an interesting character. So yeah, I thought it was a pretty decent story. Invasion of the Dinosaurs, it's a bit padded. That story is a bit padded. It's a bit slow in parts. The dinosaurs, obviously, they look a bit ridiculous because, I mean, with that budget, what were they going to do? They don't look nearly as good as, say, Jurassic Park because, obviously, they had a very low budget. Looked very stocky. Looked almost like something from the 20s or 30s. Very, very cheap looking. Death Adults was a bit better story. I enjoyed it. Monster of Peladon was okay. Monster of Peladon was all right. I don't think it was as good as Curse of Peladon, but it was all right. Slow in parts. Then you get, of course, the Agador character was interesting though, and then Alpha Centauri was all right. Who's like an hermaphrodite. And of course, there's that scene, where Sarah Jane teaches the Queen about, feminism and all that. And 17 wasn't bad. I remember, of course, it's got the classic City of Death. City of Death, great story. Classic, and they're in Paris, and then the Jaggeroth, interesting character. Then the detective, I loved his character. Written by Douglas Adams, great writer. 17 had some decent stories in there. Destiny wasn't bad. There's obviously that scene where Ramona tries different bodies out. And that was kind of humorous. Nothing really had been done like that before. So that was different. And then, of course, she picks, the Princess Astra form. And then you had the Movellans, which their characters would be mentioned again in Resurrection. Of course, they were against the Daleks. Then Davros comes back. All right, so all right, so I already kind of hint. So least favorites. All right, so I'm gonna just go to the brands one more time. So least favorites, 11, 12, series 11 and 12. Chibnall, terrible, terrible. 3 out of 10 season, 2 seasons. Sorry, just got to say it. Not very good at all. 3 out of 10 total. Terrible. Terrible, terrible, terrible. Series 10, okay. 5 out of 10, I guess. 24, I'm going to be nice here, but I'm going to give it a 6.5. I don't completely, it's not the worst, but it's definitely not one of the best. And obviously 19, for me, that gets a 9. Solid 9. Really good stuff. Season 19, maybe even 9.5. 18 gets like an 8. It's not bad, especially for those Final Four stories I really enjoyed. 20 gets a 9. So actually, season 20 will be probably the second highest for me. And then season 12, I love those. And 26 is damn good. So those all get a 9 and a 10. And series 4 isn't bad. I'd rate it like an 8 of the new stuff. And series 5 definitely gets an 8.5. I enjoyed it. Series 5 was good. There was maybe 1 or 2 that weren't that great in there, but overall the season was good. And 25 was good too. Season 25 with Sylvester McCoy. Yeah, that'd be up there too. And season 10 of Pertwee, that gets a 9.5. Great season. So that's just what I think. It's just my opinions. Obviously, everyone's entitled to their own opinions. You don't have to agree with what I say. You obviously your favorite seasons might be different than mine, which is cool. Just talking about people in general. I think that's it, guys. I gave you my opinion, and if you watch this stream later, I'd love to hear the comment section. Type in what your favorite seasons and least favorite seasons are total of Doctor Who. Love to hear your viewpoints. Might be different from mine. That's totally cool too. Always good to hear different opinions as well, different perspectives. So I'm going to end the stream right now. Thanks so much, Paul, for coming in. And take care. And tomorrow I'm going to be doing the Star Trek Next Generation Watch Along Conspiracy. Going to be watching and reviewing that episode, see how it holds up. Take care. Not subscribe, please subscribe. Take care. Peace. Have a good day. Bye for now.